Good morning, friends. I would like to share with you something which I was thinking about recently about the truth or our attitude towards the truth. As you know, I come from a background in Russian language, so when I put it up on Google, it just translated me, what's the difference between truth and truth? Basically, there are two words in Russian, and one would be more close to right or righteous, something with that background. The other one would be like archy-truth, something which, like a brook of a river of truth. So like initial truth. So what we think about truth, sometimes we think if somebody really famous would say something, or somebody who with the authority, and that would be the truth, shouldn't it? Well, there is, my belief is, when people speak from their heart, like children sometimes, they don't want to color anything. What they just speak how they see things. And say I would give a statement. I was in court versus Transport for London, and now I travel for free on London Underground. Well, does that mean that they owe me anything or something? No. So what is the truth? Well, the truth is I was in court, and the court was about some penalty they wanted me to pay. The court was dismissed. I didn't need to pay the penalty, didn't need to do anything. And now, because of the circumstances, I can travel for free on London Underground. Or the other statement I can say that today I'm taller than I was yesterday. Does that mean I'm growing when, I'm 40 years old? I don't think so. The truth is people are taller in the morning when they are in the evening because, well, the skeleton is more relaxed, and it is a fact. I measure myself and it is true. You might have seen this illustration before somewhere where on one object there are two beams of light. So say the two people looking at something, they would see two different things looking at one thing. So what is the truth? And it's just to illustrate. So I wanted to share something which kind of really struck me from the Bible, from the parable. So the parable of Jesus, when he was speaking in parables to people, he would say this. The master was leaving the country and he gave part of his properties to servants. And he split it up between three people. So say he gave talents to one person, another person, and a third one. So when he returned, let's hear some of his replies. So two of the first ones, they increased or doubled what they received. Okay? And his reply was, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. Come and share my feast. Let's enjoy the party." Now, the third servant, who hid the talent and did absolutely nothing with it, this is what he said. "I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered. I was afraid, so I've hid it in the ground. So here is what belongs to you." Now, this is interesting. The master replied, "You wicked and lazy servant, so you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. Well, then you should have put money on deposit with the bankers, so when I returned, I would receive it back with interest." So he didn't argue, whether he was good or bad, though he didn't have to give him that talent. It was his choice. He just gave it to that servant. And the other, major thing, when Pilate was facing Jesus and asked, "What is the truth?" and he didn't get any answer, maybe he didn't wait for it, but Jesus claimed that he was the truth, the way, and the life. And we know that Jesus always wins the arguments, Like, he comes with the answer that, stuns everybody and dismisses the whole thing, give to Caesar what Caesar's and to God what God's, and so on. But he didn't say anything. So when I was thinking about that, I thought, well, if Pilate was looking at the truth and couldn't see it, nothing would change him. But I think maybe Jesus didn't say anything, and that was his answer, pointing, look in your heart. What do you really believe is true? So that's just my thoughts. Have a great day.